I'm Jeff Koinange, and this is Jeff Koinange Live tonight. Oh my, why? That's how I'm starting the show, because if you watched JKL last night, you would have seen billionaire businessman Chris Kirubi talking it, spewing at one particular lawyer, Ahmednasir Abdullahi, the man we all know as the Grand Mullah. So in the spirit of the profession we represent, it's only fair that we do a right of reply. Ahmednasir is only too happy to come and state his case with a big fat briefcase of documents. We're going to kick it off right now, but we also have a representative of Gulf Energy, Centum, and Power China, which is the consortium that got the deal for the coal plant in Lamu. His name is Mukite Musangi, representing LJA Associates. And just for the record, the Grand Mullah reminded me, Andrew is Chris Kirubi's son-in-law. That's on the record. No conflict of interest. Let's get the show going. At Ahmednasir Abdullahi, at Koinange Jeff, the hashtag is JKL. Andrew is still analog, but we'll get him on Twitter real soon. Gentlemen,
good evening, Jeff.
Good to see you. Andrew, thank you for coming. I know you came a long way.
Thank you.
Grand Mullah,
Thank you.
Came all the way from Lamu. You won a case yesterday?
Mombasa. In Mombasa.
In Mombasa. Well done. So Lamu governor off the hook?
Yes.
There was nothing to begin with? There was no evidence?
Absolutely none.
And he made a statement about the coal plant. What did he say?
No, basically he said the Lamu county government was not consulted on this. And the days when the people in Nairobi will decide what will happen in Lamu or other county governments are long gone by. And because no visibility study was done for this project, the Lamu government has issues with the coal project.
Andrew, you all, your consortium, you've won the tender. It's official. You got the letter. What are these people complaining about?
Jeff, power generation is a core pillar of our Vision 2030, which all Kenyans are well aware of. There is no way anybody can convince Kenyans that such a big project, which is generating 960 megawatts, to be added onto a national grid that has 1,800 megawatts, was done without a feasibility study. However, without prejudice to what the governor has said, I'm sure the Grand Mullah's client would do well to consult further before deciding on the fate of a project that will undoubtedly benefit, first and foremost, Lamu County.
Grand Mullah, what's the big deal? So they got it. Why don't you just let it go, man? They say let it go.
No. When we give the facts, people say that, we are engaging in hyperbole and alarmist statement. But this coal project is 1,000 times bigger than Goldenberg. Yes. And we have said that. My learned friend and Chris Kirubi's company, or the people that are acting as middlemen, were third in number in terms of both visibility, the technical and financial analysis. They are 9 billion more expensive than Shanghai. No, than HCIG. They are 9 billion more expensive and 19 billion more expensive than Shanghai.
Chris,
wait, let me finish. It's a 25-year project. So at the end of the 25-year project, the Kenyan taxpayer will pay 475 billion more than if the cheapest concessionaire was given. And I agree with him. Low energy cost, as the president and the deputy president say so many times, is part of Vision 2030. But we told them, you talk, but the people don't deliver. They say so many things about the vision, but when it comes to the practical implication, it becomes a gravy trade. How can you give number 3 and jump number 1 and 2?
Is it true, Andrew? Were you guys number 3?
Let me use the English expression, stuff and nonsense. We were not third. My client's tender is computed on a specific basis. There are a lot of variables in the proposals that were given. The only correct thing that was done in all the evaluations was the ministry came back and said, you have used different parameters, HCIG, Shanghai, from what was specified. Now, if you come, for example, and use a coal specification from China, 29,000 kilojoules, when the tender is for Eskom coal, which is 21,000 kilojoules, yes, you'll come out and sing, we are cheaper, we are cheaper. But Jeff, when you do an exam, you don't set your own questions and answer them the way you want and say, I want 100% marks. You do an exam and answer the question that is given to you. If somebody tells you, I want a diesel car, and you tender and say, I'll supply you with a petrol car, it doesn't matter whether you couch and massage the petrol car to look cheaper. You are answering your own tender. There's a difference between being responsive and being totally non-responsive.
One quick second. For those of us joining us now and don't know about this deal, where are we in the deal right now? The tender has been given, but it's gone to a tribunal, correct?
Jeff, the tender award letter was given on the 1st of September. The winning proposal party, the consortium, was invited to commence negotiations with Kenya Power and Lighting because of the power purchase agreement. That's where we are now. So in as far as the PPP award is concerned, that has been given. Now what has happened is one party, HCIG, have filed a petition before what's called a petition committee. That is yet to be determined. It's only in its infancy. I believe it was filed 2-3 days ago. My learned friend Ahmed's clients have not moved yet. I suppose they're considering their options. But I think if they reflect deeply on this, at the end of the day, if something was lost in translation when they were answering the tender, then they can only take responsibility for their own mistakes.
I mean, let me tell Kenyans, 4 times this Gulf Energy Group and, Centum should have been disqualified. One is when everybody, put his bids, their bid consortium broke up. It was reconstituted and many other players brought in. That was number one. That was contrary to the law.
No, there was nothing wrong with that.
Wait. You are allowed to bring, if, for example, there's a law firm, and then that law firm withdraws, you can bring a law firm. But you cannot reconstitute. You cannot bring 3 or 4 other components. But let me finish. Secondly, is when they did their calculation, they used a wrong parameter of $50, of $100 instead of 50. That made their prices hit the roof. The Minister of Energy told them, we think your mistake is, you think there's a mistake here, can you recalculate? They were given an opportunity to recalculate so that they can bring down. Thirdly, there was a component of when the plant, shuts down, you have to have something called a black startup, which costs 50 million to the 2 other, number 1 and number 2. They did not have that component. When the technical committee was evaluating, they made a proposition that these guys this omission must be used during the financials. Again, they were excused. Thirdly, when you do the numbers, the financials, when you do the financials, it's an open book. Everybody will say that I will supply at this rate, They were the last.
Why do you think they got it then?
These are, in a capitalistic mode of economic production, there is what we call the tools for production. In this country, you have what we call the tools of corruption. They had the tools of corruption.
Andrew.
The means of production, the means of corruption.
Andrew, rebuttal.
Jeff, first of all, the last statement is absolutely uncalled for. Complete speculation on his part. And to some extent, in all fairness to Shanghai and HCIG, if that statement is representative of where they're coming from, they are sour grapes. Somebody loses, fair and square. And let me just complete a couple of things Ahmed has alluded to. Number 1, addendum number 2, which changed the coal tonnage price from 100 back to 50. The only reason my clients were allowed to rejig that figure was because addendum number 2 was erroneously sent to a third party who was out of the consortium, Tata Power. And when the ministry realized the mistake they have made, they said it's very easy, because if you're doing your specific fuel consumption calculation, just change the number 100 to 50, and then it makes sense. Very different from somebody who wakes up and says, the government is buying coal from South Africa. Why? Because Eskom coal is also available in Kenya in Mui Basin. So the government said, whatever machinery you bring in to generate this power must fit the South African purity levels and calorific value, so that when Mui Basin commences production, you simply source coal locally. My friends from Shanghai brought calorific values, and they said this is the coal that's available in China. No explanation as to why they've gone off the highway to find their own levels of coal. And then you call or use strong words like corruption. What were we supposed to do with your answering of your own exam question?
Can I ask him one question?
Go on.
I mean, the lead partner in this consortium is Gulf Energy. Just ask him how old it is.
Gulf Energy.
Yes.
How old is Gulf Energy?
I stand to be corrected, but incorporated, I believe, in 2006 in Kenya.
Yes.
What's your point?
I mean, Gulf Energy is a small briefcase company that was incorporated, I think, during the Kibaki era.
He thinks?
No, it is.
He thinks?
It is. For it
No,
to
small
be
briefcase. I'm saying he thinks.
Yes. It's a small briefcase company that was incorporated by certain individuals in the energy ministry at that time. What is it known for in the energy sector? I mean, these are political tools.
But they have Power China as their partner on the other side.
Those are the technical. The lead consortium, the lead partner in the consortium is Gulf Energy, and it is less than 10 years old. What are its financials?
Was there a minimum size of consortium partner?
What do you when you create a consortium? What did Centum and Gulf Energy add into this? They could only pull strings. That's all.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate, Andrew. Hold on a second. Let me play devil's advocate and say, look, you know what? You're probably used to winning, and you've won a lot of cases, Grand Mullah. You know, you don't like to lose. You've lost this one, man.
No.
You've lost it.
Even this one will win. Even this one will win. If you look at the facts of this case, there is no a single reasonable tribunal that will allow this scam to continue one step
Why
further.
do you call it a scam?
Just what I've told you. I mean, when we are offering a price at a certain, and the difference between us and them is 19 billion a year. How can that?
But you're importing your coal from China. You're not even using.
No. We are using all the South African. The same is
No
all
such
South
thing.
African coal.
Ask
Even
him-
alone this terminology
Ask him a
is
simple
used.
question. How many kilojoules was in their proposal? Basically, low calorific value. What was it? 29,034 to be specific.
No.
Correct me if I'm
The
wrong.
formula is the same. There was no provision in that on the coal values to be used. We provide the cheapest. HCIG provides the second cheapest. They provide the most expensive.
Let me ask you this.
But they are well connected, you know.
Let me ask you this, Grand Mullah. How come you're not petitioning this? How come Shanghai is not in this?
No, they're petitioning. Watch this space. Monday we'll go to.
You're going to go?
Inshallah.
And HCIG has gone already?
Yes, they've gone, I think 3 days ago.
Andrew, are you confident you can win this?
Very confident. Jeff, let me help.
Has the train left the station?
The train has left the station, and if they want to pull it back, the light they see coming at the end of the tunnel is another train coming to smash them right back. And Jeff, secondly, if you want to debate issues, we all said we're coming with facts. I saw Ahmed's big briefcase.
It's right here. It's right here, by the way. It's huge.
Where I come from, I have exactly the same documents here.
By the way, someone on Twitter said this looks like a financial, what's it? Finance minister from Mandela.
Yes. Jeff,
go on.
Let's talk about this calculation. And he says there was nothing specified in the tender document. This is the RFP at clause number 9.
What is RFP?
Request for proposal. Everybody got this RFP. Then it was followed by an addendum to clarify specifics. Jeff, I'll refer you to clause 9 in the addendum for the purposes of evaluation. What does it say? Just read it to Kenyans.
For the purposes of evaluation, the fuel price, known as FP, per MT, what is MT?
Metric ton.
Metric ton, good, shall be $100 per metric ton. And the lower calorific value shall be 21,000 kilograms.
So when Ahmed tells Kenyans it was not specified, this is the RFP.
No.
Did I say more?
No. Let me tell you. You know, tenders are evaluated on 2 stages. There is the technical evaluation. Then there is the financial evaluation. This is a component of the technical evaluation. When the technical evaluation was done, the committee said that everybody has satisfied the technical evaluation. So the financial bids were open. They are done open. They are done publicly. Everybody read this. What price will you provide this? $0.0 by this. It was written. I have it here. When they realize, let me finish.
Yes.
That is easy. Once you see those figures, you will realize who's the lowest. These people realized that their preferred candidate is number 3. Now they brought a technical issue that was already analyzed during the technical stage. They said, oh, we forgot. There's some technical issues. that we should have considered, we did not consider. But if you consider these technical issues, there are even so many technical issues that you have forgiven Gulf Energy.
And yet, Andrew, you all got the tender. I mean, at the end of the day, you got it. So I don't know what the Grand Mullah is complaining about.
Let me disabuse.
Was the committee that dumb? Is that what you're saying?
Your thesis is not fair. You are saying that because you have stolen, you can go away with it. No.
So that's what you're saying.
That's what we are saying.
They stole it.
They stole it.
Jeff, let me also clarify another issue, because the Grand Mullah is giving an expose as if the calorific value has nothing to do with the price.
Actually, it has
when
nothing.
you're computing the price, your low calorific value, remember that price of fuel at a fixed price of $100, which was changed to 50, by the way. $100.
For
it became
only
50.
Gulf.
Everybody was
Were you working on 100?
Addendum number 2. Did you work on 100?
We worked on 50.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and they were brought
And that's
back
what
to
it was
50.
changed. We were brought back to 50.
But that's a fundamental change of the tendering process.
Not at all.
They have used their formula. If you are saying that we used a wrong calorific value, they have also used a wrong value of 100. But they were excused. They were told, no, please use 50.
What was the reason?
Because your price has gone
Addendum
above.
number 2 had not been sent to the consortium.
It was sent to Tata.
And it was transparently
Those are
explained
excuses.
to
Those
everybody.
are excuses.
My friend was in the evaluation meeting. It was explained to everybody, and they said this is the reason this has been done in X, Y, or Z manner. Jeff, that calorific value goes straight down to the efficiency of your plant, which goes straight down to your specific fuel consumption, which affects your net price per megawatt of electricity that you generate. They can't be divorced. This is not as if you're supplying apples that have a price.
Gentlemen, I want to take a break right now, but I want to ask you this question. Look, this is not the only coal site in Kenya. There's another one in Kitui. Why don't you wait for that, man?
No, that's
is that taken? Is that taken?
No, that's actually what the permanent secretary said. He said there are other tenders that will be coming. And people said, no, if you screw up this one, nobody will be interested in the second one. So we must get this one right.
On that note, gentlemen, we're going to take a break, Andrew. We're going to take a break, come back, talk some more, because I think you might have to use the fire extinguisher. Grand Mullah says they stole it. You think they stole it?
Big time.
Andrew?
Sour grapes.
Where is Chris, by the way?
Ask his son-in-law.
I'm sure he's at home relaxing.
Let it be clear. I mean, yes. I don't mind facing any member of the family.
You don't mind?
I don't mind.
You'll take them on.
And my clients are Centum, Gulf Energy, and Power China.
And there you have it. And this is JKL. Oh my, wamai. At Ahmednasir, at Koinange Jeff, the hashtag JKL. Get your tweets going. I can feel my phone is on fire, as is the show. We'll take a break. Be right back in a moment.
You're watching Jeff